So it's Christmas morning, you go downstairs to wherever Santa leaves his presents, and under the tree you've got Black Ops 6. So you scoff down your big dirty Christmas dinner, then you sit down, belly full, loaded to some Black Ops 6 multiplayer, and you're just getting absolutely spacked on. The game feels fast, it's very different to anything you've had before, and you just feel behind. Or you've had the game the whole time, and you just want to try and find a few tips just to help you do better and improve your KD so your friends don't laugh at you. Either way, in this video I'm going to give you a few tips, both beginner and advanced level, that will help you do better either way in Black Ops 6. But either way, I wouldn't be worried. This game is very different to anything we've played before. It's very fast paced and there's lots of people struggling. So don't be afraid to leave a comment down below to pick up on anything I might miss, so we all help each other out. I'm also going to be releasing a few videos along this line, the next being the most meta classes to pub stomp with. So if you want to see those and continue improving, please leave a little subscribe, it would be appreciated. And also a little like in this video if you enjoy it. So the first thing I would do is adjust the settings, and there's a lot of settings in this game, so I'm only going to go through the ones that I think are most important to change. And it is preferential, I am going to go through what I use and why I use it, but it's important that you try out many things and also find out which works best for you. So my first tip is to use tactical button layout. Obviously this is only for controller players, but it just means that you can crouch with your right stick instead of B, and it keeps your finger on the aiming at all times, so you're more ready for a gunfight. And this is especially important with Black Ops 6 Omni Movement, as you're sliding and diving all the time. You want to be able to aim, pop up a few shots, and it's a nice way to get a few cheeky kills in some desperate situations. Next is FOV, and you kind of want to have this between 95 to 105. I myself played 105 as I've used this for a few years and it seems most effective. You can play at 120 and feel like a movement demon from TikTok, but in terms of aiming, it's really bad. And also below 95, you're kind of looking down like a piece of toilet roll, which isn't great either. You want to see your surroundings, be more aware. So 105 is the sweet spot for me, although try it anywhere from 95 to 105. I know 97's a really common one, which is strange because I don't know why 97 specifically, but give it a go between 95 and 105. Now also to help your Omni movement, I would change the slide/dive delay down to low. It kind of just increases the sensitivity of it and means you don't have to hold the stick in for as long. But realistically, you're not going to hold that stick unless you want to slide or dive. So by turning this on, it just helps increase the fluidity of your movement, which is super important in this game. And those are the basic settings that you might miss that I think you should change. Also, there's settings that do with aim assist, although I think that would take a whole video to explain this. I myself playing linear turned down extremely low, but there is also the option for normal or dynamic. It is worth researching these if you are interested in the nuances of this game. However, my only tip would be just stick with whatever you get used to. Now, onto the actual Omni movement. Obviously, the biggest part of Black Ops 6 is the new movement system, and it's extremely effective and something you have to utilize if you want to do well in this game. I know in previous Call of Duties like Modern Warfare 1, Modern Warfare 2, a lot of people just kind of sit there and hold their iron sight. But I can tell you right now, if you do that in this game, you're going to get absolutely smoked. So in terms of movement, there are a few key things I would like to know, and that is first the G slide, which is pretty much the Omni movement strafe, and that's from moving left to right while also pre-aiming. Helps you throw off people's aims. If you do that through doorways or just into doorways, it's going to really throw off their centering. And also the backwards dive, which I think is a really underrated movement. I try and do it here but fail. But there we go, into the backwards corner. If someone's coming at you from an unexpected angle, a little backwards dive into the corner, and you can also lie and aim while on your back in this game, which gives you a pretty good unexpected angle that I've been caught off myself a few times. But pretty much the whole entire point of movement in this game is to try and do things that your enemy's not going to expect. You want to try and lie in the weirdest angles, do the craziest dives, try and throw their cameras off, and just try and not be where they expect you to be. And it's something that if you learn to utilize properly, you'll absolutely dominate most of the lobbies in this game. But as with absolutely everything in life, the only way you can get better at these things is if you practice. And there's absolutely no shame into jumping into a private match and just running about all the maps. All the maps in this game have been designed with Omni movement in mind, and no matter how much you hate them, it is a good idea just to jump in a private match and kind of run about, learn all the jump spots, all the secret little cubbies. Because I have heard so many people in this game talk about how they're good at some maps and how they're not good at others, and I kind of think this is down to movement. Of course, aiming is an important part of Call of Duty, and it's always going to be in any FPS, but I feel like in Black Ops 6 specifically, if you're good at a map, it's because you're fluid on it. You know all the routes, you know all the jump spots, your muscle memory's like just there for all the gunfights that you're going to take. So the only way you're going to develop this is by running into a private match and just running about on your own with no bots, or even just jumping into a public match before you jump into like anything more important like ranked. And just get warmed up, and even if you're not doing this just to get used to maps, sometimes just going in and practicing some jumps. Like I'm going to give you one right here on Vault, which is a map I've played thousands of times, but there's a jump I don't like make. I'd say like 60% of the time. And something I'm working on, and something like just sometimes before I start playing any games, just get my movement warmed up, run in on the map, and just try and make this jump over and over again. It's pretty nice, right? It is like probably the hardest jump in the game, so if you're looking for something to do, I would recommend going and practicing this one. Just as any other Call of Duty game, there are certain guns that are just better than others, and there are your certain meta classes. However, I would say it's extremely important that you mix these up and have fun. If you're going for a rough patch, don't be afraid to jump back to the meta classes and kind of get some good games under your belt. But do use as many different guns as possible. If you're looking up to rank as quickly as possible, there are so many challenges in this game. There's challenges for every weapon, challenges for every grenade, every tactical, every field upgrade. There's just so many different ways to get XP, and if you mix it up and kind of go for your camos as well as going for all these challenges, you're going to get so much more XP and level up faster just to get the better guns in general. This gun that I'm using right now is the DM10, and honestly, I kind of thought it was going to be crap because most of the time any semi-automatic gun with a scope like this is the default scope on it, by the way, is crap, but I kind of just got round to it into doing my dark matter now, and oh my god, I generally think it's one of the best guns in the game. If you get a chance, it's unlocked at level 55, use the DM10. It is a 2-shot, it doesn't really move, and in situations like this, it's unstoppable. Although I did run out of ammo here. I think I go on a massive streak as well, but the game ends, unfortunately. It would have easily been a nuke, because as soon as you get that orbital VSAT, it's game over. And on the topic of kill streaks, the next tip I would have is to run UAV, counter UAV, and Blackbird, or whatever it's called. What harp? It's called a harp in this game. I swear to god I use like every different terminology. It's the same for Predator Missile. I think is it Hellstorm or is it Hellfire in this game? I don't know. I kind of just mix them out what I refer to. But of those three, you want to be using at least 2. Yes, lethal kill streaks are fun, but they do just take you off the map, and they're not really worth it. I mean, realistically, you're going to get max like 5 kills with a lethal kill streak. And the way this game works, people are just running about constantly, so you're going to get killed in it. If you're using UAV and counter UAV at least, you're helping your team and you're helping yourself on those massive kill streaks. And then on the topic of this, you also want to be using Ghost. Ghost, like every other COD, is the most important perk in the game, and with classic prestiges coming back and you losing it every prestige, you will notice the first like 20 levels are significantly more rough. It is annoying because it takes up one perk slot that you can't really change or be flexible with, but trust me, you have to use Ghost. I know you can't see it in a Blackbird, but with the UAV spam, without Ghost, you're just getting hunted down and you can't get further than like a 2 kill streak. Also, the modes you play in this game make a massive difference. In my opinion, you should be playing modes like Headquarters or Hardpoint. I used to love Domination back in the day, don't get me wrong, but nowadays it's just people camping. I feel like in Hardpoint and Headquarters, because it's moving about the map, the spawns are changing so much, it forces players to come out and you're not going to be killed by those like little camper boys. They're just sitting at the back of the map on a head glitch. I've noticed a noticeable difference as some of my friends like to play Domination, and I've tried playing those lobbies and I've wanted to jump off a bridge after playing them. In Hardpoint, people are more forced to move about and you're going to have more fair gunfights and less frustration. Sticking to the same game mode also helps you learn spawns, and this clip coming up is a perfect example. We just killed their whole team and they're all going to spawn, and by using the minimap and how many times I've played this game, I know exactly where they're going to spawn, and I was just lying there pre-aiming, ready for some easy kills with my overpowered gun. Just use your minimap as much as possible. Where your teammates are, the enemies are more likely not going to spawn. Spawns are quite stubborn in this game. There are certain points in the map where it's going to continuously force players to spawn, and if you learn these, you're going to be ready for every gunfight, and you're more likely not going to get shot in the back, and you're going to be positioned perfectly, so you put every gunfight in your advantage before you even start shooting your gun. So that's all the quick tips I'm going to go through in this video. Just remember, it takes a combination of these and lots of practice to get good at this game. You will get better. Just keep grinding. It's how it goes. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and a subscribe is also great. I'll be bringing more tip videos and also just more general videos on Call of Duty in the future, and I appreciate you for watching. See ya.